What's going on, Master Duel fans? James here again. Deck profile for you guys in the bonus clips of Vernusylph Melffys. And I hope you guys have been tuning in to this channel. And I wanted to say thank you all to the new subscribers for sticking around, and to my very, very long time vets for sticking around to this channel. So be sure to give it a like, comment, subscribe, and share, and hit that bell so you can update your notifications. And be sure to use my campaign code in the description below, so that way we can gather the leftover prizes for future content. So, deck profile for you guys. For the Earth Beast tech options, 1 Wind-Up Kitten, 1 Calentosa, 1 Valeriphon, 1 Kitty Tail, 1 Rescue Cat, and these Earth Beast tech options, these cards are absolutely amazing. And I suppose you could say this about the one Obedience School as well. So I know a lot of people are thinking 3 is the way to go in terms of Obedience School, because even though the card is not a hard once per turn, assuming that the card was stopped, true, but at the same time, I rather have the one of, because you rather get Obedience School off at a proper time. Because there were games during testing in which they had Ashes, Solemn Judgments to stop the school, and then it's just like, you better stop the 3rd copy of Obedience School or it's bust. Otherwise, it's like, once I get that one single copy of Obedience School popped off, this is just literally way too nuts. Also, Obedience School plus Rescue Cat, that's way too much gas on that one. But otherwise, the one Obedience School, to be specific, if this card resolves, I literally win. And then for the Vernusylphs, 1 Flowering Field, 1 Thawing Mountain, 2 Misting Seedlings, 2 Flourishing Hills, 1 Awakening Forest, Vera, Full Bloom, Corolla, Flower Bud, 2 Changing Seasons, pretty straightforward on a Vernusylph engine. And then the Melffys, 1 Fanny Foxy, 2 Kitty Catty, 2 Puppy Doggy, 1 Pony Horsey, 3 Wally, aka Wallaby the Kangaroo, 1 Penny, Penny the Seal, and then the only Melffy spell trap I play out of all of the Melffy spells and traps would be Tag, because Tag is a hard once per turn, which is searchable off from Forest, which is amazing. No staring contest, because let's be real about this. Throughout the course of the middle of the duel is where, if your opponent has already gotten the public knowledge, there's no need for you to reveal Melffys, knowing that once your public knowledge has been informed in terms of the staring contest, then it's like, okay, now your opponent has to find a way to play around those Melffy monsters. And on top of that, no hide and seek, because Vernusylphs can help you recover and recur so much, which is amazing. For the non-engine, Feather Duster, Talent Thrust, Scapegoat. I guess you could say that Scapegoat is amazing, because there was a game in which, let alone Vera is on the field, whenever your opponent activates a monster effect that would tend to put up a board presence or try to threaten the field, you can just chain the Scapegoat on your opponent's turn, just so that you're able to have Vera's first effect that attempts to resolve a monster effect, that gets negated and it gets killed off. That's a unique interaction. 2 Chalice, Blizzard, and then the hand traps, 1 Bell, yeah, just 1 Ghost Bell, and then 2 Imperm. As for the extra deck, 2 Daruma Dolls, IP, Avermax. Those are my non-Earth monsters. But just remember, if you use the lower level discard effects, all from Vernusylphs, you will never get your non-Earth effects activated because you're locked into effects except Earth monsters. So generally the idea about the 2 Daruma Dolls is usually from the Scapegoat line plays, and it makes it so that your Daruma Dolls scrap Dragon for spell traps. They are soft once per turn, which is huge. You're able to pop off back rows 1 by 1, so that way you can pop off something like Changing Seasons, so that way you can recur your Vernusylphs on your opponent's turn, assuming that if you have no cards in your hand. Otherwise, it's like if your spells and traps are becoming blanks, assuming that if you never found a way to get to full bloom, you can also pop your flower bud, so that way you still have your flower bud or full bloom live for the sake of E-Telly the Vera, which is huge. And then as for the Earths, Asa, Mrs. Radiant, shouldn't need to say much. Beast, Barkion, basic. HTS Behemoth, this card is absolutely crazy because when it comes to opponents having something on the field that deals with can't be targeted, especially if it's made with something that can't be killed by card effects, HTS Behemoth legit does not care, and despite taking damage versus an opponent's Avermax, even though if it's hooked up with IP, you could just literally out Avermax by any means necessary. Card is hardcore clutch status. And then 2 Ronin Raccoon Sandayus. It's basically, if you don't stop Sandayus while I have Mrs. Radiant up, or whoever is the highest on the board, they basically die on the spot. Because Sandayu leads to OTKs. And then Mary Melffy's, Forest, Mommy, and Joyous. This has been James Polk with the unique Vernusylph Melffy deck profile. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Smash the notification bell so you can keep on constantly updating. And be sure to use my campaign code in the description below so we can gather the leftover prizes for future content. I thank you all for tuning in and catch you all next time.